I think that's better. Hello, if this has just gone live, we're still trying to work it out. Yes, it's there. Hi people, happy Monday. It's Bank Holiday Monday today, so Howie's off work again. For those of you who've just joined, I'm Jan Silver. I've been video logging my journey to and beyond a gastric bypass, which I had on March the 15th, 2017. At the Berkshire Independent in Reading. Hi, Perforce, how are you? So yeah, I just wanted to come on today really. I've not been feeling myself this last couple of days. I know I did a video in a real bad funk on Sunday morning, quite a bad mood, and probably because I'd gained a little bit of weight, but weirdly that day I couldn't eat anything. I had my breakfast in the morning and lunch just didn't sit well, and then I cooked a roast lamb for the family, had a wonderful time with everybody here, but I just didn't, I don't know, I haven't really felt right since, to be honest, food wise and eating. So I didn't eat at all Sunday. I left my dinner and thought I'd heat it up on Sunday night, took one mouthful and just thought, ugh. So I had absolutely zero to eat. I did keep my fluids up and keep drinking. And this morning I've been a little bit better. I had some porridge this morning, which went down okay. And then stupidly, we were going to go on to do a bike ride, and tying up my bloody shoelace, I pulled my back and really hurt myself. So I know you know, but fluctuations will happen with reasons or without them. I know, perforce, and I'm one of those ones that are telling myself all the time. I'm reading everybody else's vlogs and videos and all the group messages where people are saying, this happens and it's not your fault. Hi, Mandy. And, but sometimes you just can't help but be in a bit of a mood about it. I'm so positive 99% of the time, and I know I am. And I try to be that person all of the time, but I just don't think you can be 100%. We're all bound to get our off days, and I think that was mine on Sunday. And it kind of started like that. And I think when you're in a funk and you're feeling a bit negative, I know it's hard, and you're feeling a bit negative, everything else went wrong. I sat down. It's okay to feel your feelings. Thank you. I sat down to do this on the computer and it wouldn't work. One thing after another. It was just a number of things that cumulate into me having a mini breakdown and a meltdown. And I think I started chopping my carrots for lunch, dropped them all on the floor, and then you're just like, fuck's sake. It's just like, God. But I had a good cry. I sorted myself out, and then the children came around. We had a lovely day. And my husband said, I know you weren't feeling right, Jan, I could tell, but hopefully the children didn't know. And, I tried to hide it from them that I've not been great. So, stupidly done my back in this morning. Hi, Minnie May. Hello, Jan from Oxford. I'm pleased I caught you live. Hi, Minnie May. I don't think I've seen you before. Mandy, I haven't done my measurements yet. I just haven't really felt like it today, like I said. So I bent over this morning to do up my shoelaces and really pulled my back. I thought I was okay. There's me saying as well a couple of days ago how I've had no back issues whatsoever and I felt really good in myself. And then I pulled my back, stupidly went out on the bike ride with my husband and have made it a million times worse. So I'm in absolute agony. I did take an ibuprofen earlier, but then I slept. I've just gone and slept. So hi Mandy. Yeah, I've not been in a bad mood. Thank you for saying my face looks smaller. I've not been in a bad mood today, just in pain with my back mainly, and not really eating enough. So as you know, Mandy, I'm meeting the dietitian tomorrow, so I'm going to look forward to speaking to her and seeing what her advice will be, because I know up until the weekend I was doing everything and more that I should have been. I was doing my smoothies, and even my husband said, I was doing my smoothies, adding protein into that, having that throughout the day. I've been drinking more than 2 of these every single day, and that's nearly a half a litre. Plus my Forcival, I haven't been getting my calcium supplement in, but I have just had that today, funny enough. Minnie May says, I've been following your journey and I look forward to your daily updates. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I'm just sorry that I'm not, like today, I really wanted to do this earlier and I was in a much sort of more upbeat mood, but I figured, no, I'm going to come on and do it now. I'm feeling better than I was. I've had a good sleep and, this food thing is really odd. I said to my husband, the head and the body thing, your hunger. So whilst it's not hunger. Okay, cooking the roast lamb yesterday, I thoroughly enjoyed cooking it because I know I've got my family surrounding me and I know I'm doing something for them. And they all came and it was wonderful. I so looked forward to the lamb and a little bit of mint sauce. I had a tiny portion, but I had one mouthful of lamb and it just made me feel, well, it hurt. And then I thought maybe I didn't chew it enough. And then you try another, I tried a bit of potato, I think, and I chewed it and chewed it and chewed it. And then that hurt. And then that puts you off eating. It's really weird. And I've kind of said to Howie tonight, maybe that's what the bypass is all about. It hurts you so you don't want to eat. So you go, I'm not going to eat again. So this evening we've had, lunchtime, sorry, I'll go back to lunchtime today. Not feeling hungry. I did have a bit of, my husband gave me like a pizza slice of his omelette, which went down fine. And then at lunchtime, I had, true. Perforce is just saying lamb is hard for some people, and I'm quite early on. True. I mean, it was just the one mouthful, but other things Perforce have felt exactly the same going down. I can't eat bacon. You're right. Bacon's off my menu completely. Bacon burgers. So lunchtime I really fancied a salad. We bought lots of hams and things like that. So we had some pickled onions and I put balsamic vinegar on my salad stupidly, and that was me done. And it's a weird one because your taste buds have changed so much, And I said to Harry, I would have eaten the salad had I have not put the balsamic on, even though I absolutely adore balsamic. The pickled onion went down well, which I chewed a lot, but the salad didn't. The meats were fine. I think the cured meats are better for me even than the fresh meats that we've been cooking. And then this evening, Harry's made a chicken wrapped in bacon. Couldn't eat the bacon. So I've had half a chicken breast and really probably a tablespoon of cabbage, but that's it. So it's weird how, for me, I've been all right up until the last couple of days with almost anything, and something's changing in me, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm sure the dietitian will talk to me about that tomorrow, that I feel different and I do feel weak, and I know I'm not due to have any blood tests until, he said, I think it's 8 weeks after, maybe 3 months actually. Maybe my first lot of blood tests are 3 months, and then I'm not due to have a vitamin B12 injection until 6 months. So I'm coming up for 5 weeks this Wednesday since I've had my bypass, and the good news is, Mandy, although I didn't measure myself, I did get on the scales this morning, even though I told myself I wasn't going to. And I am back down to the 103.7, which I was prior to going away for the weekend. So that pleased me, but of course I would have done. I didn't eat a damn thing yesterday. I was just drinking fluids, so it's an odd one. It's really quite strange how you go through your fits and starts, and my energy levels have gone up and down, and I did manage. We did 6.5 miles on the bike today, but I knew that the type of bike I've actually got is a man's bike. We bought them in China when we lived there, and I said to Harry, I want the same as you, and it's like a proper nice Land Rover rally type mountain bike. But I realised today, with it pulling my back, I don't sit right on it, and I want to be able to sit comfortably and hold the handlebars comfortably, and that's what's pulled my muscles more so than me doing up my shoelaces. So, and I know I'm building muscle, but you know what? Since probably Saturday, I haven't completed my 10,000 steps either. I just haven't had the energy. I'm 3,475 steps today, which is pretty crap, really. But then I've been on the sofa most of the afternoon, and Howie's done all the cooking and everything else, that makes you feel a little bit flat when you're normally the active one. I'm normally the one that's cooking and cleaning and doing it all. And I know I'm early days. I'm telling myself that. But I'm still nearly 5 weeks out. I'm thinking, God, I can't wait for my energy levels to just come back up to almost to normal so that I can feel myself again. You know, I was supposed to go and do a volunteer job tomorrow and they've just cancelled me, and I'm actually quite glad. And that's not like me. Normally I'm like, yes, I want to get out there and do stuff. And I'm just thinking, oh, good, it's another day I can rest my back maybe, you know. Excuse me, I'm still having my squash. So yeah, and I realised today through feeling a little bit different that I haven't bothered with my Forcival, and I need to really force myself to do that. Because I totally understand why I'm having them and the long-term effects of not taking any of your vitamins. So I do need to force myself. I have had my calcium, like I said today, so I think I'll try and fill up some water with a soluble Forcival. You can still see the ball pit in the background from my granddaughter yesterday. That was fun. Had a really good day with them. I mean, she's at such a fun age now. She must be 15 months, walking about, tottering around, having everybody chasing after her, which was really good fun in the garden. And we just bought her a slide, so that was really, really nice. And yeah, even my Instagram, I've realised I'm normally really, really active on everything, and I've just kind of had a couple of days where I'm like, ugh. So yeah, that's me really. And I just thought I'd come on here and try this live again. I didn't realise perforce that it actually takes quite a lot to set up. I was kind of, I don't know, I presumed that you'd just do it through YouTube, click live stream and away you go. I don't know so I keep forgetting. So question for you, perforce, while you're talking about, I keep meaning to add separate iron tablet to my routine, but you can't have it with calcium dairy, so I keep forgetting. I remember watching one of your videos once, and you take your vitamins, you space them out. I'm sure you said you take something in the morning, but you have to wait half an hour to take something else. With me feeling really odd the last couple of days, I was wondering if it was the fact that I've been taking my soluble Forcival at the same time as my breakfast. I make it all together and I eat my breakfast, whether it be porridge or Weetabix. I feel quite nauseous from the minute I wake up anyway. Not horrendously that I'm going to vomit, but you just get that, I don't know, nausea. And, you know, that's the difference in me also is, oh, you don't space yours out now. Okay. So I used to drink I couldn't get out of bed without a cup of coffee, only instant, not anything fancy. And I do realise now I can only drink half that cup of coffee in the morning. That probably affects my energy levels, you know. I don't kind of bounce out of bed like I used to. So I did then, but my iron was making me nauseous in the beginning. Yeah, and I have iron tablets ready to take, and I've got the Forcival tablets. I've got biotin because I'm scared of losing my hair. I've got, but all of them, I think if you watched, I was taking them all at the same time and I had a real bad issue on 2 days running. So I've stopped all of them. And at the moment, all I'm doing is the calcium and the soluble Forcival. But my surgeon, as I keep saying in the past, you know, he's so relaxed about things. He just said, your body's got enough reserves to go on. Don't stress too much. If your body's not ready for taking them in tablet form, then don't stress about it. He said, just leave it. You've got enough to be going with. So I've kind of been trying with different things, but I think the iron tablets, I'm not going to try at the moment until my bowels have completely sorted out. And that hasn't sorted out either. I did get the ones to soften your stool. I think you'd advise me to get those on something. I can't think what they're called now. But anyway, I did get those, but I haven't been taking them regularly. So perhaps I need to do that. So she says, my doc gave me the okay to stop taking iron for a while. So at 6 months, I got a multivitamin that had iron with it, which didn't give me the sickness. Yeah, I guess until I've had my first lot of bloods done, they've given you all these, you know, tablets because eventually you will need them. And, you know, if my surgeon's right, then I've got some reserves to be going on with, and I'll just see how I go. So I'm putting off taking the iron because I know iron does block you up. It can make you constipated. I don't need any help in that direction. Thank you. I need it in the other direction. I'm scared also of taking things like prunes. I'm scared that that's going to be too sugary and make me dump, which I don't want to go through that dumping syndrome unnecessarily, obviously. But maybe when I'm at home one day, I should just do it, because that could be quite an instant relief, I guess. At my last check, I was in normal range, but low in it. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll wait and see. Like I said, I need to book in and get this blood test, but I'm only 5 weeks Wednesday, so I'll see how that goes and then speak to the doctor. I think it'll be interesting tomorrow. I added fresh figs, which may be easier. See, I like any of those fruits, actually. I do like figs and prunes. I like it all. Or I did. Who knows? I might have changed by now. I mean, it's really weird to fancy something. You know, Mandy, this is something you have to get your head around. You really fancy something that you've eaten all your life, and you put it in front of you and you go, yes, your brain's telling you yes, and then you put it in your mouth. And chewing's nice and the flavour's nice, but it gets to about here and you just go, my body doesn't like that. You know, and I don't know how it tells you from this point, but it really does, that it either doesn't sit well or it doesn't flow well. It's just really, really strange. And I'm like, okay, balsamic might be off my little tick list. When I love pickled things as well. You know, we had some gherkins, and I love pickled eggs, and I don't know. Or the other thing for me is, have I really gone on to too much hard food too quickly? And I'm telling myself this, as much as the surgeon said, go with it and listen to your body. Maybe this is my body telling me I need to go back to softer food. Perforce is just saying, try them again later. It may be a temporary rejection. True. And I think I probably will. With things that you've liked all your life, I think you would generally go and try again. You know, the burger and the bacon, for instance, I could live without that. That doesn't affect me at all. Even at the weekend, having a breakfast in the hotel, which was lovely, but I asked for a bit of bacon and I tried it as a second attempt, and it didn't fill me with joy, and that was strange, because I've always really enjoyed bacon, and this time it was like, nah, if I'm not enjoying it, what's the point of eating it? But half a sausage went down well, and obviously an egg was okay. And I know I'm still very early days. I know, and I think half my problem, I'm a Scorpio perforce, and I try and run before I can walk, and I do want everything yesterday at 100 bloody miles an hour. That's part of my problem. And you know, I know from my little breakdown yesterday of gaining a little bit of weight, I totally know that our bodies fluctuate and that we have water retention at certain times. I get all of that. I get it. It just I couldn't talk myself out of that funk quickly, you know, and I generally can work things out in my own head. And yesterday it was just, you know, I need to have a down day, because I haven't, and it wasn't even a down day. My husband just avoided me. He went off out in the garden, which was absolutely fine. I had a good boo and sorted myself out, put my big girl pants on and carried on, you know. And experiences, however, knowing and experiencing is completely different. Yeah, true. Very, very true. Perforce is just saying knowing and experience it is completely different. So, Minnie May, I'm just over 2 weeks out. My surgeon and GP said the same thing about vitamin reserves and no need to worry yet. Yeah, oh, so well done you. What did you have, Minnie May? What surgery did you have? Was it a bypass, a sleeve, or a band? Because I know they're the three most common surgeries, I guess. And I'm actually going to get to meet Mandy. Mandy, who's on here. Mandy has an appointment at the same hospital as me. I'm going for my dietitian appointment tomorrow. So we're going to have a cup of coffee in the waiting room. So I'll meet her after mine, because I'll come out about 4:30 and she's due to go in at 5. So, and anyway, Mandy, I must say, you know what I look like. I haven't got a clue what you look like. So I'm going to sit there just playing on my phone, and you can come and say hi, Jan. So that'll be nice. It'd be like a blind date, a blind coffee date. Yep, see you tomorrow. So is it your first appointment tomorrow, Mandy? Your very first one? Or did you meet the surgeon prior to this? Sorry, I'm just waiting for them to get back. And also, Minnie May, where did you have your surgery? Are you in this country? Oh, no, you've met Dr. Amos. Oh, good. That's good then. So now it's your appointments with bariatric nurse, psychologist, or I never remember the name. I'm taking, so Minnie May says, I'm taking Floridix from Holland and Barrett and the dissolvable from Sainsbury's. I've been feeling good on that. That's good, Minnie May. Which surgery did you have? Is it the same as me? I'm getting a runny nose. Let me just pop and get a tissue. 2 seconds, people. I'll be back. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. See, it makes you wonder, me saying that I've got a runny nose, am I coming down with something? Is that what this whole black mood has been about? I'm pulling you back. You know, when you're feeling a bit low and a bit down, things tend to happen anyway. So dietitian, bariatric nurse, and it is the psychologist. Have a lovely day tomorrow, girls. Thank you. The psychologist was really weird. I don't know if you saw my vlog about that. It was kind of, I'm a really confident person, and when I went into that, I went from band, so Minnie May went from band removal to mini bypass, and I went to Belgium. Wow, fantastic. Well done, you. And it's all gone well, has it, Minnie May? Everything's well and you're well. But yeah, the psychologist, I went in there thinking, you know, this is going to be a breeze, blah, blah, blah. And she asked some questions. So just be prepared, Mandy, that she will ask you some questions that hit nerves. And I think that's what they're trying to do. You know, like, I suppose I hadn't really thought about how my weight had affected my social life. Because I'm this really confident, bubbly, I've got lots of friends, I'm constantly socialising and going out. And I hadn't really thought about it in the way that she put it. And it was the one question that really hit a nerve for me, and I broke down. And I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that. Where did that come from? You know, it was a real hit home because it had affected my social life, and perhaps not in the way with my friends, but my social life with my husband and actually going out. Sorry if you can hear that noise. It's my really naughty cat using one of our dining chairs as a scratching post. Piju, stop it. Sorry, I didn't want to shout in front of you lot. So yeah, so the psychologist is an interesting one, and I think if you're forewarned and forearmed, Mandy, you'll be fine. But I was a bit like, whoa, where did that come from? And you know, just be really honest with them. That's because at the end of the day, this surgery is about you, not about them. It's about, you know, and they need to know that you're armed with all the information, I guess, enough for you to be able to go through with surgery. I'm putting you under bypass. There's a photo of you. See, that's where I get confused, and maybe other people. Well, no, because I've kept my YouTube and my Instagram are the same, right? So I am, but whereas Perforce, I have to say, do you not find it weird that people call you Perforce? Do you not use your name? You know, I found that quite interesting as well, because obviously I say my name's Jan, and I am looking on the lighter side of life. But I don't know whether you actually use your name at all, or you just prefer people to call you Perforce. So Mandy Gibbs is under, okay, I'll have a look at that. Bypass, babe. Right, I will have a look, and then I know what you look like, Mandy. Good job, otherwise I literally am going to be sat there like that going, okay, she's looking at me, maybe that's her. I was going to ask you, that's what I was going to ask you about. Oh, well, the psychologist. Everything went really well for Minnie May. Went back to work last week after 9 days off. I'm experimenting with foods as well. No dumping so far. Well done. God, after 9 days. So there's something I'm really grateful for. I'm a housewife, so I don't have to work. And I'm not sure I could. I really admire any of you that have taken this short period to recover, heal, and get well and go back to work. I'd be knackered. So well done you for 9 days off, and you know, you're back at work. That's fantastic. I don't use my name because it's so distinct. It would be really easy to find me and everything else. I see. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Whereas I guess I don't mind. You know, I kind of, the Facebook group that I'm in, we all know each other's name, I guess, and some of us have, because we're not under a weight loss name there. It's our actual names, isn't it? So that's fair enough. I just was curious, Perforce, you know, because I think when people have seen me on YouTube, they've kind of seen me and know who I am. And, you know, it is quite funny because I still haven't been that open about this. As much as I'm out there on YouTube and Instagram, where where I've used that Instagram account and I haven't told everybody in my circle that I've had this surgery, obviously it goes, when you've added a new account, it goes to people saying people might know you. So it's been really weird if people that I know have tried to add me on the Instagram that I haven't told about surgery. And I kind of think, well, I haven't put my picture up there and I don't want them to know yet. I haven't broadcasted it massively. So, yeah, that was kind of weird. So, Minnie May, Belgium was great, especially the price. The surgeon was great and the ward nurses too. So how long did you spend in Belgium, Minnie May? I mean, I think that's really brave. I think, perforce, you're about to go back abroad, aren't you, and have some skin removal. When I go abroad, the first thing the employer co-workers do is Google me. Oh, really? I don't want to link this with my professional... I get that. Yeah, I get that. That's it. That's what I hate about Instagram. It's why mine is private. I see. I'm now private on Instagram because I did, when I started that weight loss Instagram, my daughter had lunch with one of her friends and she said to her, has your mum had weight loss surgery? And she said, well, how? Well, I clicked on that, looking on the lighter side of life. So I was like, so now I'm private anyway. I am private on there, but, oh, well done, Minnie May. I was inspired by your cycle rides, Jan, and I had my first spin class at the gym. Well, you're more brave than me because I would never go to group classes because of my size. I always felt like I was going to be the fattest person there and I'd be sweaty and red-faced and everybody would laugh at me. So I've always preferred to do my exercise on my own, and I think if they're laughing at me then at least I can't see them or they're taking the piss. So I admire you, Minnie May, for going to a spin class. How was it? I bet you were knackered, weren't you? At least on my cycle ride I can go as slow as I want and I've got a pedal-assisted bike, but don't tell everybody. Hey, hello Carla Ord. I know you missed my last live. I just thought I'd give it another crack tonight and see how it goes. I'm not sure if you're out there, Lisa. My best friend is out there somewhere watching me, I think. Stalking me like a little stalker. You're very quiet, Lilycorn. So Perforce says, I don't care them knowing, but I do care about them watching the YouTube and seeing my private pics. That's fair enough. That's completely fair enough. And I get it because I know you're a teacher, right? You know, and yeah, I get why you're saying that. Hi, Lisa. You are there. Bless you. She's been at work today. Poor thing. A boring old job, but you did it. Well done. So, yeah. So, Carla, what have you been up to over Easter? Can you all read each other's live chat underneath there? I'm presuming you can, I think. Or spin class hurt my fat butt. Oh my God, the seat. Me and my husband, well, this morning I said to him, have you got a sore bum yet? He's like, no. I bet he has that. It's the first time he's got on a bike in about a year. We arrived on Wednesday night, stay at hotel, surgery Thursday and discharged from hospital. Oh my God. I think that's really brave, Minnie May, to go away and do that. Oh, it's a chat box. That's good, Perforce. So I don't have to read out exactly what is said there. No, the weather's poop. Where are you, Carla? Whereabouts are you? It's been pretty shit here today, actually. It was quite nice this morning. Then I slept all through lunchtime. And it's been quite overcast and grey and cloudy here this afternoon. But it's not been cold, which is the main thing. Oh, you're up north, are you? Up Newcastle. I've actually been to Newcastle not that long ago. I think when my mother-in-law was over a couple of years ago, I drove up there. My sister lives in Lincolnshire. So it's worth doing because your YouTube saved this video once live, so it won't save the chat. Ah, I see. It's raining now. Ah, it's just England though, isn't it, Carla? It's raining all the time, really. Everywhere we go, it's mainly raining. It's yeah. So tomorrow I've had my volunteer cancelled, which is I think is good. But even just getting up off the sofa actually and coming to chat to you, that I'm feeling a little bit more alive, which is good. And I did manage half. half of my chicken breast, whatever you want to call it. My funny little cat. So I am looking forward to seeing the dietitian tomorrow and seeing what she advises me to do, what I can do differently. You know, I know I should be putting protein into my diet and keeping up the fluids and, you know, walking, exercising, doing all of that. And I think I'm doing all of that. I think you're in the same gastric page as me. Gastric page as me. Ah, you mean on Facebook, Carla? I think so. I try and plug my YouTube all the time. If somebody comes up on the Facebook group, I think somebody said that I've just started my liver reduction diet, and I quickly go and cut and paste my day one of liver reduction going, hey, I'm on YouTube, follow me. I'm like trying to plug my whole YouTube all the time. I'm cooking pork now. I love pork, perforce. And why has your diet been terrible recently? Just through not being on top of it, or are you just don't care, or what's been going on then? Minnie May said, I went to bed after spin. I wasn't going as fast as the whole class. I'm just pleased I cycled 45 minutes non-stop. That's bloody marvellous, I'd say, Minnie May. Well done. Well done. And you're going back tomorrow. Oh my God, you will have a sore butt at that point, I reckon. I like following people's stories too, Carla. I mean, Perforce is one of the first ones that I actually followed from quite early on. There was another girl, Modbod, and I don't know if any of you girls are following. I'm going to plug her because I find her so funny. Experience in Nirvana is the most honest, down-to-earth American girl. She's just really funny. Like, I can't wait. Every night I go to bed and I lay in bed. Howard snores straight away, and I put my earphones on and listen to either, hopefully, if Performance has done a video, or Experience in Nirvana. There's very few that I actually like that you can follow every single day, I guess, or you know, however often they do the videos. And if I get that boring, just tell me, guys. Just say, Jan, shut up, you're pissing me off now, whatever. Nirvana, yes, girl, hey girl. Isn't she funny though? Really, really funny. Oh, Perforce. You've been eating chocolate. See, I lie. I bought the kids, couldn't find them a chocolate Easter egg, so I bought them a chocolate orange, and I did have a segment yesterday, and that was a tester. I was like, shall I? And actually, I just kind of sucked a bit, and it was really nice. But I'm not a chocolate lover anyway. It's for me, chocolate was once a month when I was due on and desperate for something sweet. But that was basically it. And it could sit in my cupboard for weeks and weeks, whereas I know other people. Sorry, I'm just getting my back comfortable. Perforce says she's been following her for a while. I'm in a small private face group with her too. My vids have been a bit boring recently. No, they haven't been boring at all, Perforce. Don't be daft. I actually quite like it. I even like it when you go out to the supermarkets. I find that really, I admire that. You know, and your walk around the lake made me do my walk down by the canal, and I videoed that. And I think I'd like to do a bit more of being out and about and doing it. And I think that's really good. I don't think it's boring at all. So it's great that you have this page, Jan. I'm a nurse and I wouldn't want my colleagues to know. I really admire your openness. Thank you. Thank you. But like you say, you say you admire my openness. I haven't yet. So whilst I've got my YouTube and I've got my Instagram all about looking on the lighter side of life, I haven't yet advertised it on my Facebook group. So my wider circle. I've told, like, personally, all of my smaller circle of friends, which is quite large, I guess, but there's a larger circle that don't know. And I think my cat's now deciding that the toys are for her. Not that way, that way. God, it's really weird when you're doing this separately. Look at that. Yeah, so I haven't yet told, and I don't know whether I will advertise it like that. I'm sure when I start to lose enough weight and people notice it, the one thing I'm not going to do is lie. I know if people say, wow, have you been on a diet, Jan? How have you lost your weight? I probably will be really open and honest because that's me and say I had weight loss surgery. So many times people can watch me make coffee, but that's what I do. No, really, Perforce. I wouldn't keep watching you if you were boring, really. I mean that. I quite like it. Even my husband gets to know the sound of you, like, oh, is that the girl in Wales? Yeah, and this one in America, so, So yes, no, not boring at all, Perforce. It's life at the end of the day. And I presume you're studying, I'm not quite sure what you're studying for, but maybe enhancing your teaching career, I'm presuming. because I know you predominantly like to work abroad. Getting there. Look, if I go like that, Mandy, I do have collarbones. If I go like that, I'll sit there tomorrow like this. I know, I can't wait for the day that I sit here like this and you can actually see. Oh, okay, you're doing MA education. Yes, watch Perforce, Carla. She is really, really good. You know, and there was another girl called Mod_Bod, that I watched from her beginning, and I found that really interesting because, no offense to anybody American, and obviously I love experience in Nirvana, but when you're from the UK, it is really helpful to see a UK perspective on surgery, the pre-op diet, on everything. From my point of view, this was my personal, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to do it, because when you do, as you probably all have done, guys, you've Googled or the search bar of YouTube, you know, bariatric surgery UK, and there's actually not that much out there. There's another girl I watched, Lindsay something. I quite like her too. She's an English girl. Currently avoiding studying, hence the eating. Get back to your studies, Perforce. Get them out. Get the collarbones or the girls out, Mandy. I think I'll stick to the collarbones. I will watch your videos after this, Perforce. I didn't know about your page. The only UK girl I know is Jan. That's good. I mean, can you look on who I'm following on there, I wonder? Yeah, they weren't really any when I started. I totally get your UK point. I've not found that many UK people. No, and it is really tough. And that's why I think, you know, like Mandy, I know you say you're a bit scared, but, you know, maybe one day. There's another girl, actually, Hannah, who's down in Kent. And if you're watching Hannah at some point, I'll give you a little shout out because she seems really fun, really bubbly. She's on my Instagram page and I know she's just setting up her account. She had a band, I think is now going for a bypass, I think. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Joanne's just joined us. So, yeah, and I think Hannah's going to be doing a YouTube, which will be great. And I know that she follows mine. So it'll be good to have somebody else just to watch and, you know, see how we go. Wow, have I really been on here 36 minutes? See, I knew I'd love the live if there were people here asking questions. And you also, so Joanne says she also follows Ra Create. Are they English, Joanne, or are they American? Are they? Hi, ladies. Let's have a look. I'll go onto my YouTube through my phone. I don't know whether I'll be following that. Let me have a look. I'll see if I'm already following that person. But it is good. It is literally my nighttime viewing. When I go to bed, I used to lay in bed and read the Daily Mail. Now I'm like hoping, please let somebody have done a YouTube video. It's crazy. You get quite addicted, don't you? Rachel is, oh, I'm following somebody from Australia also that are really, really lovely. I think it's somebody, Hayley somebody. Hayley's Corner of the World, I think I follow. But let me have a look for Ra Create. Ra Create. And she's from the UK, so let's have a look at this. There you go. I'm just going to take your word for it, Joanne, and subscribe. That's how positive I am. I'm going to do it. Oh, I was already subscribed. See? That's great. Oh, and the other one, who's the Heather girl? She's really, really good too and fun, but hasn't made an update in ages. I told my wider circle about my band, which failed miserably, so keeping quiet about the bypass until the weight falls off, hopefully. Not hopefully, it definitely will, Minnie May. You know, there's the success rate in this is good, and as much as I had a wobble yesterday because I gained a little bit, which I've lost already, I'm 2.5 stone down since December at my highest point. I was I've got that app that everybody else has got now, so I can actually tell you whilst I'm live. Oh dear, she's had a personal loss. That's okay. If I've subscribed, Joanne, then I'll get her updates as she's come. Hayley is Greenie's daughter. Oh, I didn't know that. Is Hayley the one from Australia, perforce? So I'll tell you Brits in stones, because I think that's how we used to work. It's how we normally work, right? In stones and pounds normally. So yeah, actually I was 18 stone 12 at my highest in December, and I'm now 16 stone 4. So I do need to pat myself on the back for that. And that, as we all know, you know, it hasn't been easy, but I'm getting there. And in kilos. What I'm really looking forward to is it going underneath that 100, and then I'm going to have a bloody party. So I'm 103.7 again today. So I just need to see it keep coming down. Oh, watch Made Up Mama. I haven't seen her either, see? Keep telling me these guys. I've been looking for more people to follow, which is great. So, Made Up Mama. Made Up. But with a title, Mama. Is that... There you go. Is she English or... Not that it matters, because I don't... You know, it sounds really awful. I just think when you are from a certain country and you want to know things from our perspective, and even I'll subscribe to her. I'll take your word for it. Thank you very much. So Made Up Mama is now on my subscribed list. Yeah, you just want things from in our language at times, I guess, and how we're feeling, and you know, I know it'll happen, Joanne. I know it'll come, and you felt the same way when you got to 100 kg. Made Up Mama is American. That's fine. She might be as funny as Experience in Nirvana, who I find really funny. And recently gone vegan. So there was somebody I was watching that was vegan actually this morning, and she was American. I have nothing against Americans. Don't ever think that. I really like them. Who is the girl I was watching? There's a couple. Who's the Heather one? Because she's really, really sweet. She is... Cluesy, she's funny, but her vids are a bit all over the place. So before, so what's funny is what I tried to download a video app, because I don't want you to explain it to me now, but I'm quite envious of the way you can do a bit of a video, pause it, and then add another bit on. And I don't know how to do that. Hayley's Corner, yes, that's the one. That's a good one. Joanne says, I kind of regret not vlogging my journey. Yeah, and I'm really glad that I have, to be honest. I think I started my journey through watching people vlogging. So I think it was because I found that so useful and inspiring, I figured that if I could do anything near that, then it would be a good thing. Bypass that bunny, American too. But obviously, yeah, Windows Movie Maker. Maybe I'm just not very good with things. And do you use that on your computer, perforce, or on your phone? Windows Movie Maker. And it's not an app. It's actually on there. You've done well, Jan. I'm a similar weight. I was 11 kg on day of surgery, now 104. I'm also cheering on for 99.9. It's just going to be one of those things. I have not got under the 100 kg for years. And when I lived in Asia, I was an expat wife. My husband worked and was away Monday to Friday. I actually used every single day as exercise. I probably drank too much alcohol, but I still couldn't get under that 100 kg. It didn't matter. And believe it or not, we lived on the 39th floor in Singapore. I gave up smoking 7 years ago, and can you believe, whilst giving up smoking, every time I craved a cigarette, I made myself climb those stairs, 40 flights of stairs. How I still couldn't get under the 100 kg, I will never know. But, you know, and I was running on the treadmill. I was out cycling in that bloody heat. The humidity was horrible. But, you know, we spent a good few years there. But I mean, my life was revolved around exercise, and I still couldn't get underneath that 100 kg, and I wasn't quite sure why. I attach my phone and copy the clips over, then edit them together. Perforce says I was 122 when I started, so the 100 wasn't a big one for her. The last time I had been under it was around 27 when I arrived in Japan. Wow, that's great. Yeah, it's great for all of us, I think. If I ever meet you, I'll show you how to edit. Yes, please. You never know, Perforce. Should I tell you why? I think you might have heard, but Harry and I are waiting for our camper van to come, and I am desperate to explore Wales. Living where we've lived, so we've toured a lot of Asia, Southeast Asia and Australia and New Zealand, and we've seen an awful lot of the world. I've been really fortunate because of my husband's job, and we came back to England a few years ago and said we need to discover our own countries, you know, and look around our own areas. So when the motorhome arrives, I intend to literally travel the length and breadth of the coast of England, Scotland, Wales, and then we'll go abroad. We'll go to, obviously, around Europe and, you know, So we're very excited about that. But Wales is not that far from me. I'm West Berkshire perforce, so I think it's an hour and a half, and I'm on your bridge going down there anyway. I don't know whereabouts you are, but so you never know. We could always catch up. If I'm down there in my motorhome, I will be vlogging, and you'll know it. So yeah, I'm sure I'll work something out at some point. I just like the way that you do your videos and you manage to knit them together. Oh, you're going to be back up in Birmingham. Well, it should have arrived 3 weeks ago. I'm not very patient. I'm not very patient, am I, Lisa? Not for anything in the world. I want everything yesterday in 100 miles an hour. So we ordered a brand new one, so it took a while on production, but it left Slovenia on a ship a while ago, and we're still waiting confirmation. So we haven't paid the big bucks yet, but we're very excited about it. And you never know, it might be in Birmingham too, because I'll be up that way too. Carla says, I wanted to vlog my journey, but would feel stupid talking to a camera and think no one will watch me. I'm on your Instagram and gastric group, so you'll probably see my updates. Anyhow, yes, Carla, but if you ever saw my first YouTube, which was in January, I absolutely hated myself. I have been this side of the camera. Yeah, I'm not impatient, Lisa. I have been this side of the camera for many, many years, hating to be the other side of it. So for me to put myself in front of a camera and actually talk to it, I thought was crazy, ludicrous. I didn't even like looking at myself like I'm looking at me now. I was kind of like, oh my God, hated the sound of my voice. You just get over it. You're right, perforce. The more you do it, the more you just think, and it's like my brother said, I think I came on here and I did one with a towel on my head and he couldn't believe it. He's a young 27-year-old. And he's like, Jan, what are you doing? And I said, I'm not on bloody Tinder, Thomas. This isn't a dating app. I'm here trying to just talk to people and tell them what I'm going through or what. So I was like, I'm not on there just because I've got my hair and face and makeup done. Hence, you can see today I'm a scraggy Annie. But hey ho. I'm not out to pull, am I? I'm a happily married woman and I don't want to impress anybody. I just want to talk. So, and I think once you're right, you just get over it. The more you do it, the more. And I enjoy this. I said to Harry, I actually really like what I'm doing. So, and if it wasn't you guys at the end of the camera, Harry's been away so often when we lived abroad, I had to talk to myself. Who else did I have apart from my cat? Hard to start. It feels awkward. It does, but you soon get used to it. I also never in a million years thought that I would ever post a picture of me in my underwear. Ever. That repulsed me so much. But because I watched other people's, I couldn't not do it. You can't put yourself out there, I guess. You want to see people's transitions. So how can I not show my own? That's where I was with that. Perforce says, the vloggers that keep going and growing are those that are real and have personality. This is true. You can see that come out the more you follow them. I still haven't posted a pic. No, but that's fine. That's everybody different. On Instagram I have, I think on Instagram I did, and even the other day I posted something. I did a little, the Transformation Tuesday or whatever, because I could actually see the difference. The 2 stone loss in me was a massive difference. And I was really chuffed. I can't wait until I can actually do the before and after pictures. And I did sit here on my computer going through my millions of photographs, trying to find some of my worst, me when you're sitting on a beach like a bloody beached whale or something. So that even though I didn't want those photographs, they are there. And I can then put them against what I will be. So, and Perforce says after skin surgery, it's not long till your skin surgery, is it, Perforce? After skin surgery, maybe again, once things are online, you lose control, so I prefer to stay clothed. Yeah, that's fair. Everyone to their own, like I said, it's just because of the people that I'd watched, and I just think, we're all different, and I think that from my personal point of view, I couldn't not. And I'm not prepared to get in my knickers and bra on a live video. However, taking my own shots every now and then in my knickers and bra I'll do, even though my poor friend Lisa is probably having her lunch when I'm doing this and going, Jan, put them away, please. I'm going to find my work pic and put them against my pre-op pics. Good idea, Carla. Good idea. I think... we all need something to look back on, and I think it's inspiring to others to see that as well. So, Anyway, guys, I've done nearly 50 minutes on here. I didn't think I'd do that much. I didn't think anybody would be on. I haven't advertised it, but thank you. Thank you for joining me. And I do feel a lot better. I'm probably going to go and take another ibuprofen, though, for my back. And I will... That's poo talk, Lisa. You love me talking about poo. I haven't even gone into detail about poo today. I thought I'd give it a miss. I just updated my CV from 2000, so it was a face-to-face. Wow, I bet that was different. But don't you love, Perforce, looking back at your videos when you were, and I say love, but the transition of you from what you look like now to what you were then, you know, and even me, I look at that first video and literally my face is like, and I think, bloody hell, I didn't even think my face was that big, but I think I lose it on my face quite quickly. I just wish it would go for us. It will. I have faith and I absolutely know that. So girls, and it is only girls, I'm going to say good evening and go and join my husband, who's now probably fallen asleep on the sofa or something. I was a lot of neck before. I did. I've seen them before. Obviously, that's what I was on there for, to see everybody's befores and I think, you know, experiencing Nirvana is, she just looks amazing at the moment. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for joining us, Joanne. This has been really lovely. This has been really nice. So we could just have an evening with Jan Jan on YouTube. Oh, how lucky you are, Lisa. You get me all the time and then on YouTube. Night, people. Thanks for joining in, and I will see you all again on here some other time. Take care. Thank you. Bye. Mandy, I'll see you tomorrow, 4:30 for a cuppa. Bye.